Ladies, have you ever wondered if small, simple changes could make you instantly more attractive? No matter your age? You don't need to chase trends or try to look younger. The truth is, the real beauty lies in the qualities you already possess. As we age, life has a way of showing us what truly matters. And let me tell you, these 8 traits aren't just about how others see you, they're about how you see yourself. Embracing them can help you feel proud of the remarkable woman you've become. Stay with me until the end, because the final tip might just change the way you look at yourself forever. Before we begin, let me know where you're watching from by commenting your city below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more inspiring advice. Now, let's start with the most powerful trait of all: confidence in your own skin. First, elegance. Elegance isn't about the clothes you wear, it's about how you carry yourself. It's a quiet confidence, a way of moving through the world that speaks to who you are without needing loud words or flashy displays. Over the years, I've learned that true elegance transcends age. It grows richer with time, reflecting the wisdom and grace you've earned through life. I remember my mother, a woman of modest means but unmatched elegance. She didn't own designer outfits, but the way she stood, her posture straight and her head held high, made her presence commanding. When she spoke, her words were thoughtful, measured, and kind. I watched how people responded to her. Respect and admiration followed her wherever she went. Her elegance was in the way she made others feel valued, the warmth in her smile, and the gentleness of her actions. Elegance is a combination of many small things: your posture, your tone of voice, even how you handle difficult situations. A calm demeanor during moments of tension shows a maturity that others can't help but admire. Think of the times you've encountered someone who stayed composed when others might have lost their temper. That kind of grace leaves a lasting impression, far more than any outfit or hairstyle ever could. When you embody elegance, it's not just about how others perceive you, it's about how you feel about yourself. Elegance conveys self-respect and self-awareness. It tells the world, I value myself enough to be intentional in how I present myself. That intentionality isn't about perfection. It's about showing up as the best version of yourself, whether that's in a favorite sweater or your Sunday best. The beauty of elegance is that it grows with age. Each year adds depth and meaning to the way you carry yourself. Embrace it, and you'll find that elegance becomes not just how you present yourself, but a reflection of the extraordinary life you've lived. 2. Confidence in your own skin. One thing I've always admired in women is their confidence. It shines brighter than any outward appearance. Over the years, I've had the privilege of knowing women who, as they've aged, stopped worrying about the opinions of others and began to embrace who they truly are. I'll never forget a dear friend of mine, Carol, who used to feel self-conscious about her gray hair. One day, she decided to stop coloring it, and instead of feeling insecure, she said, "This is who I am now, and I love it." That's when her beauty truly flourished. It was radiant, not just from the outside, but from the confidence she carried within. Confidence is the foundation of all beauty. It's not about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. Yet, let's be honest, society doesn't make it easy, especially for women of a certain age. The world is quick to tell you to cover your gray hair, smooth out your laugh lines, or hide any sign that you've lived a full life. But here's the truth. Those lines and silver strands are a testament to the stories you've lived, the wisdom you've gained, and the strength you've built. Confidence means owning those experiences and recognizing their worth. I've seen women struggle with this. Years of subtle messages, sometimes not so subtle, chip away at the belief that they're enough. One woman I know, Joan, once told me that every time she walked into a room, she worried about whether her outfit was good enough or if people noticed her wrinkles. But when she began focusing on how she felt about herself rather than how others might judge her, she said, "It felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders." When a woman embraces this truth, something remarkable happens. Her relationships improve because people are drawn to her authenticity. She stands taller, smiles more freely, and speaks with a conviction that makes others take notice. Confidence doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see the world. Now, I'm not saying confidence appears overnight. It's something you nurture day by day. Start with small steps. Every morning, take a moment in front of the mirror, and instead of noticing what you wish were different, say something kind to yourself. Maybe it's, "I love how my laugh lines show the joy I've experienced," or "My silver hair is my badge of wisdom." These affirmations aren't just words, they're reminders of who you truly are. Or take another example. Wear an outfit that makes you feel fabulous, not because it's trendy, but because it feels like you. My neighbor Mary has a favorite red scarf that she wears almost everywhere. She once told me, "This scarf makes me feel bold, like I can take on the world." And you know what? That's exactly how she looks when she wears it, bold and beautiful. So let me encourage you. Stand tall, hold your head high, and take pride in the life you've lived. Confidence is a journey, not a destination. And trust me, the more you embrace it, the more your natural beauty will shine through. 3. A genuine smile. Let me tell you, a warm, heartfelt smile has the power to light up a room. I've seen it happen countless times. A smile can instantly change the atmosphere of a gathering, breaking down barriers and drawing people closer together. I remember attending a family reunion not long ago where my cousin Linda arrived a little late. The room was bustling, but when Linda walked in and flashed her signature bright smile, it felt as though the entire space softened. People naturally gravitated toward her, and the energy in the room shifted. That's the magic of a genuine smile. It's like a light that can brighten even the darkest moments. A smile has an incredible ability to transform not only how others see you, but how you feel about yourself. Science even backs this up. When you smile, your brain releases endorphins and serotonin, hormones that boost your mood and lower stress. It's almost like giving yourself a tiny dose of happiness. And here's the best part. A smile is contagious. When you smile, people around you are more likely to smile back, creating a ripple effect of positivity that can uplift everyone in the room. For women, especially those in their later years, a genuine smile speaks volumes. It tells the world, "I've lived through the ups and downs, and I still choose joy." It reflects resilience and strength, qualities that make you naturally magnetic. A genuine smile isn't about perfection or trying to impress anyone. It's about sharing a piece of yourself with the world. So how can you cultivate that kind of smile? Start by finding joy in the little things. For me, it's my morning cup of coffee, the warmth of the mug in my hands, and the quiet moment before the day begins. For you, it might be the laughter of a grandchild, a blooming flower in your garden, or a favorite song. Reflect on those moments and let them fill your heart. And if you ever find it hard to smile, think back to a happy memory. Maybe it's a holiday dinner filled with laughter, or the first time you held your child or grandchild. Let that memory bring a smile to your face. It doesn't have to be big or perfect, just real. Trust me, a genuine smile is one of the most beautiful things you can share. It's a gift both to yourself and to the world around you. And the best part? It costs nothing but has the power to change everything. 4. Kindness. Kindness is a language that everyone understands. It requires no translation, no special skills, and no grand gestures. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to connect with others. I've always believed that kindness, in its purest form, is a reflection of inner strength. Some of the kindest people I've ever met were older women who gave so much of themselves to their families and communities. They didn't do it for recognition. They did it because it was simply who they were. Kindness has a remarkable way of creating deep and lasting connections. I once knew a neighbor, Mrs. Andrews, who had a quiet habit of baking pies for families in need. She didn't announce it, didn't expect a thank you, but her simple gesture rippled through the community. Families felt cared for, and neighbors started finding their own ways to give back. That's the beauty of kindness. It sparks a positive chain reaction, creating a loop of goodwill that comes back to you in unexpected ways. For women in their later years, kindness holds even greater significance. It's not just about how you treat others, it's about the energy you radiate. Being kind doesn't mean you never face challenges. In fact, it often grows out of them. It shows resilience and a deep understanding of what truly matters in life. And here's something I've noticed. Acts of kindness don't just make others feel good, they also lighten your own heart. Studies even show that helping others can reduce stress and boost feelings of happiness. Kindness doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes just listening to someone can make all the difference. I remember a moment with my grandmother when I was young. She didn't give advice or try to fix my problem, she simply listened. That small act of kindness left a lasting impact on me. It taught me that being present for someone is one of the greatest gifts you can offer. So why not start today? Help someone with a simple task, offer a compliment, or even share a smile. You might be surprised at how much brighter your own day becomes. In the end, kindness isn't about what you give. It's about the connections you create. It's a gift that always finds its way back to you. 5. Curiosity. Curiosity keeps you young. It's one of those traits that defies time and age, allowing you to stay connected to the world and those around you. I've seen it firsthand in some of the most inspiring people I've ever met. Women who, well into their 70s and 80s, still approached life with a spark of wonder. They weren't content to sit on the sidelines. They wanted to explore, to learn, and to grow. Curiosity isn't just about picking up a new skill or diving into a hobby. It's a mindset, a way of approaching life with openness and a hunger to understand more. When you stay curious, your mind stays sharp and your heart stays open. It allows you to connect with people of all ages, especially the younger generation, who often carry a contagious enthusiasm for discovery. I've watched older women sit with their grandchildren, not just to babysit, but to truly engage, asking questions about their favorite games, trying to understand their music, or even learning how to use a new piece of technology. That's curiosity at its finest, a bridge between generations. I remember my Aunt Sarah, who decided to take up gardening in her late 60s. She started with a few tomato plants, but quickly fell in love with the process. She began researching different types of flowers and vegetables, even experimenting with organic composting. Her garden became a source of joy and pride, not just for her, but for everyone who visited. It also gave her a new sense of purpose and a reason to spend time outdoors, soaking in the beauty of nature. The beauty of curiosity is that it combats the idea that aging means slowing down. Instead, it reminds you that life is still full of possibilities. Maybe you've always wanted to paint, bake, or write a memoir. Why not start now? Or perhaps you're curious about how other cultures celebrate life. Watching documentaries or reading about faraway places can be just as fulfilling. Staying curious doesn't just benefit you, it inspires others. When people see you light up about something new, it's contagious. So embrace your curiosity. Let it guide you to places you've never been, whether that's through travel, learning, or simply asking more questions. The world has so much to offer, and the best part is, it's never too late to discover something new. 6. A strong sense of purpose. Purpose is the compass that guides every action. Without it, life can feel aimless, like a ship drifting without a destination. But when you have a strong sense of purpose, it radiates from you. It gives your days meaning, fills your heart with satisfaction, and even inspires those around you. I've seen this time and again in women who've discovered what truly drives them. They exude a quiet confidence and a kind of joy that's hard to miss. One of the most remarkable examples I can recall is my neighbor, Margaret. After retiring from her long career as a teacher, she could have easily settled into a routine of rest and relaxation. But Margaret wasn't ready to sit still. Instead, she began tutoring children in her community who struggled with reading. Her mornings were filled with the laughter of kids, her afternoons spent helping them unlock the joy of books. Margaret would tell me, "Helping them feels like I'm still shaping the world, one child at a time." That sense of purpose lit her up in a way nothing else could. When you have purpose, it shows. People notice the passion in your voice when you talk about what you love. They see the energy in your step as you pursue the things that matter to you. Purpose doesn't have to mean something grand. It can be as simple as nurturing relationships, like being the glue that holds your family together, or as personal as mastering a skill that brings you joy. Purpose is deeply personal, and that's what makes it so powerful. Having a purpose also strengthens your connection to the world around you. It creates bonds with others, whether through shared interests, acts of service, or simply showing up for those who need you. The impact goes beyond just your relationships. It enhances your own well-being. Studies have shown that people with a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer, healthier lives. It's as if knowing why you wake up every day keeps you moving forward, both physically and emotionally. If you're wondering where to start, ask yourself this: what excites me in the morning? Maybe it's working in your garden, writing letters to loved ones, or volunteering at a local shelter. Whatever it is, lean into it. And remember, your purpose doesn't have to be static. It can evolve with time. What's important is finding that spark that makes you feel alive and leaning into it with all your heart. Purpose gives life meaning, and meaning keeps us connected, inspired, and fulfilled. It's never too late to discover or reignite what drives you. Trust me, once you do, you'll find that every day feels a little brighter and a lot more meaningful. 7. Grace in adapting to change. Change is inevitable, but how you embrace it is what truly makes the difference. Life, especially as we grow older, is filled with transitions, some we expect and others that catch us by surprise. Over the years, I've learned that adapting to change with grace isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about finding steady ground in the middle of uncertainty and moving forward with resilience. I remember my friend Eleanor, who faced a big adjustment after retiring from her long-time career as a nurse. For months, she felt lost without the structure and purpose her job had given her. But instead of dwelling on what she had lost, Eleanor decided to focus on what she could gain. She took up painting, something she had always loved but never had the time to pursue. Not only did it bring her joy, but it also introduced her to a whole new community of like-minded people. Eleanor's ability to adapt turned what could have been a challenging period into one of the most fulfilling chapters of her life. Adapting to change doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about acknowledging them while focusing on the aspects you can control. This mindset reflects both strength and emotional intelligence. It tells the world, I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. And that kind of inner confidence is magnetic. When you adapt to change with grace, it also helps protect your mental well-being. Stress and anxiety often come from resisting change, but embracing it opens the door to growth and new possibilities. It's like letting go of a heavy burden and finding freedom in the process. This not only enhances your personal happiness, but also makes you a source of inspiration for others. If you're facing a transition, whether it's a shift in relationships, health, or routine, start small. Focus on what you can control. Maybe it's creating a new daily ritual or reaching out to a friend for support. Change often brings new opportunities if you allow yourself to look for them. Remember, change is a part of life, but so is growth. By approaching it with a calm and open mind, you'll discover strengths you didn't know you had and inspire those around you to do the same. You have more resilience than you realize, and every step forward is proof of that. 8. Confidence in your individuality. No one else can be you. And that's your greatest strength. In a world that often pushes us to compare ourselves to others, there's incredible power in embracing who you are, flaws and all. I've learned over the years that the most attractive people are those who own their individuality unapologetically. They aren't trying to fit into anyone else's mold. They've created their own. I once knew a woman named Clara who stood out in the best way possible. Clara wasn't the loudest person in the room, nor did she try to be. She had this quiet confidence about her, whether it was the way she wore her favorite bright green scarf, something she'd been told wasn't age-appropriate, or how she shared her opinions with conviction. Clara never worried about fitting in because she knew her worth wasn't tied to anyone else's standards. That kind of self-assurance is magnetic, and people were naturally drawn to her. Respecting your own uniqueness is the fastest way to build your confidence. It's about looking at yourself and saying, "This is who I am, and I'm proud of it." Think about all the things that make you different, your experiences, your quirks, your talents. These are the threads that weave the story of who you are, and no one else has that story. When you embrace these qualities, you start to shine in a way that's impossible to ignore. The benefits of confidence in your individuality go far beyond how others see you. When you're comfortable in your own skin, you carry yourself differently. You walk taller, speak with more assurance, and approach life with a sense of purpose. That energy is contagious. It inspires others to embrace their own authenticity as well. If you're unsure where to start, take a moment to reflect. Write down a list of things you love about yourself. Maybe it's your ability to make people laugh, your knack for solving problems, or the way you've always been a source of support for your loved ones. Celebrate those qualities. They're what make you, you. Remember, you weren't meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out in your own way. The more you embrace your individuality, the more confident and attractive you become, not just to others, but to yourself. And that kind of confidence is truly unstoppable. These qualities aren't just about making you more attractive, they're about enriching your life in meaningful ways. Confidence, kindness, curiosity, and elegance are timeless traits that grow stronger with age, reflecting the wisdom and strength you've gained through the years. Let me share a story that stays with me to this day. I once knew a woman named Helen who had faced more hardships than most of us could imagine. She lost her husband at a young age and raised her children on her own, working tirelessly to provide for them. But what struck me most about Helen wasn't her resilience. It was her grace. No matter what life threw at her, she approached it with unwavering kindness, an unshakable sense of purpose, and a quiet elegance that made everyone around her feel at ease. When Helen passed away, her legacy wasn't the possessions she left behind. It was the countless lives she touched. At her memorial, person after person shared stories of how her confidence, kindness, and warmth had inspired them to be better. Helen's life was proof that these qualities don't just make you attractive, they make you unforgettable. So, I ask you, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Start today by embracing these traits and sharing them with the world. And remember, it's never too late to shine.